Bannerman Castle, Pollepel Island, New York. The 38 most haunted abandoned places on Earth. This castle was built by owner Francis Bannerman VI, who intended to use the space as storage after buying American military surplus after the war with the Spanish. 200 pounds of ammunition went off in 1920, destroying much of the castle. Buried on an island in the Hudson, beneath the brittle body of century-old castle walls and thin hair of tangled vines, lie Civil War bayonet scabards and the ashes of Irish linen bed sheets. This is the remnant of a Scotsman's fortress called Bannerman Castle, built not as a home, but as an arsenal for his immense collection of weapons. Public access to this island has had a small window of opportunity, curtained by Native American and Dutch settlers' fear of resident spirits and goblins, and then restricted since 1900 for more contemporary safety reasons. Orpheum Auditorium, New Bedford, MA. A lot of people know that a transatlantic called the Titanic was sank. What most people does not know is that on the very same day in 1912 an auditorium opened its doors. The place remained a center for plays and concerts. During the First World War it was turned into a firing range. Quite a lot of soldiers gained experience in that place all along the First and the Second World Wars. It stayed open until 1962. Located on Water Street in New Bedford, Massachusetts, it was part of a Beaux Arts building that was built in 1910 by a French-Canadian group known as Le Club des Francs-Tireurs, the French Sharpshooters Club. The building's official name is Les Francs-Tireurs, or French Sharpshooters Hall. Local architect Louis Destremps, known for his work on the Notre Dame de Lourdes Church in Fall River, Massachusetts, designed the building, which included the theater, a ballroom, a shooting range, a gymnasium, retail space and various office and meeting spaces. The ballroom and theater served as revenue for the club. The building is currently privately owned, but ORPH Inc., or Orpheum Rising Project Helpers, is an organization focused on restoring the building. Their goal is to make it a community theater and multicultural center for New Bedford. Six Flags Jazzland, New Orleans, Louisiana. Six Flags New Orleans is a 140-acre, abandoned theme park in New Orleans that has been closed since Hurricane Katrina struck the state on August 29, 2005. It is owned by the Industrial Development Board (IDB) of New Orleans. Six Flags had leased the park from 2002 until 2009, when the lease was terminated during its bankruptcy proceedings. The former park is located in New Orleans East, off Interstate 10. Despite various announced plans to redevelop the site, as of May 2019, it is still abandoned and in poor condition. Trespassing is prohibited, and the park is patrolled for 24 hours a day by the New Orleans Police Department. Despite these deterrents, videos and photos of the site have surfaced over the years from thrill seekers and YouTubers. As a result, city officials became more diligent in securing the park and banning tours. A drone video by Locke shows an aerial view of the creepy, ghost town-like, deserted park. The Hurricane Katrina brought misery to many places in the United States, including this park. This park, which used to be absolutely a cheerful place, is now one of the scariest places in the country. Since the hurricane, the park has been an abandoned area. Now there is an intention to rebuild the park. However, it looks like the place would be a perfect location for shooting gruesome scenes. Santee UFO Houses, Sanzhi, Taiwan. The UFO houses were constructed beginning in 1978. They were intended as a vacation resort and a part of the northern coast adjacent to Sanzhi, and were marketed towards U.S. military officers coming from their East Asian postings. However, the project was never completed in 1980 due to investment losses and several car accident deaths and suicides during construction, which is said to have been caused by the inauspicious act of bisecting the Chinese dragon sculpture located near the resort gates for widening the road to the buildings. Other stories indicated that the site was a former burial ground for Dutch soldiers. The pod-like buildings became a minor tourist attraction due in part to their unusual architecture. The structures have since been subject of a film, used as a location by MTV for cinematography, photographed by people, and become a subject in online discussions. Described as a ghost town or ruins of the future. Mirny Diamond Mine, Eastern Siberia, Russia. This is the world's second largest man-made hole and was constructed by Stalin to fulfill the Soviet Union's demand for industrial diamond. The mine has since been abandoned after continuing to dig deeper and deeper became too difficult. Mirny Mine, otherwise known as Mir Mine, is one of the larger man-made excavated holes in the world. It is an enormous open-pit kimberlite diamond mine and is located in the old Yakud Autonomous Soviet Socialist Republic, now Eastern Siberia. The diamond-rich deposit was discovered on June 13, 1955 by Soviet geologists during the larger-scale Amakinsky expedition to the Yakud Sur. The mine is over 525 meters deep, making it the fourth deepest of its kind in the world, and has a diameter of 1,200 meters. Open mining operations ceased in 2001 with an emphasis on underground mining for diamonds commencing in 2009. There are some who say it can suck helicopters from the sky, but to date, there have been no confirmed accidents of this kind. Farmhouse, Seneca Lake, New York. Are you looking for something that can get into your nightmares? This ratty ranch house from New York is just cut out for that purpose. The discarded cars which you can see around the ranch house are scary as well. Were the cars owned by the people who lived in the house? If they were not, who did they belong to? What was the reason for their owners to leave them there? Questioning the details about this place makes it extra eerie.